Hi, most of you who know me know that I was en route to Bangladesh last March to teach for the World Academy for the Future of Women. And en route, I got detained in Hong Kong. I had a day layover, and I ended up having to get a COVID test while I was there when I went back to the airport to take my flight to Bangladesh. Anyway, I won't go into the whole story here, but I'm just saying that I never made it to Bangladesh. I had to come home. But since then, since March, I have still been able to teach the Bangladesh students on Sunday mornings. And it's one of my very favorite Sunday morning activities. The reason I love it is because they're hungry, they're eager to learn, and they're willing to ask questions, and they're seeking answers, and they want help. And so it's a great experience for me. And so this morning, I always have a topic I'm going to teach, but I also want to make sure they're doing okay, and I check up on each one of them. And this morning, the topic turned to one of the students talked about being bullied by somebody at work, and another one talked about her experience of listening to a friend who has a lot of problems and how it pulled her down. And so we talked about what you can do. And so if any of you have ever been in that situation where you've been bullied, I mean, we're adults now. Some of you who are watching this might be children, but it doesn't mean we don't still get bullied. It doesn't mean that somebody still wants to be the domineering one and dominate the conversation and dominate you. And so with these women, one of the things I shared with them is one of the best words, a boundary statement to use is, this doesn't work for me, or it doesn't work for me. And so I told one of the students when she said that one of the leaders that's above her at work, I think it is, anyway, something, just kept demeaning her and kept belittling her and dominating her and making her wrong. And I said, you know, it's okay to say it doesn't work for me when you talk to me like this. And she said, oh, I never even thought I could say that. And I said, well, if it's your boss, then that's a different story. But if you're a colleague or a companion and you're equal roles in your job, there's no reason to have them try and bully you. Now, if it's your manager, it's not okay for managers to bully you. And so it's also up to you to make sure you let your manager know, it's not working for me when you talk to me like that. I'm unhappy here. I don't want to stay. People stay on jobs for years because they don't know how to take a stand for themselves. And one of the things in the World Academy for the Future of Women that we teach is we teach women how to take a stand for themselves and have a voice. So it's important and valuable to know that you can speak up for yourself if you're being mistreated. The other thing that one of the women said is, what do I do when I have a friend who has all these problems and she is suicidal and she's really sad, and I'm feeling really heavy for her and sadness for her. And of course, like I've taught, cut the cords in a situation like that, because you don't need to take their sadness. People who want you to hear their stories, they don't know it, but yes, they would love you to take their sadness, because if you could take it, then they don't have it anymore. But really, they just don't know what else to do with it, and so they're venting. And so your best comeback for that is to listen, love them, and then when you walk away, you cut the cords so that you don't take their pain on you. And then forgive yourself for trying to take their pain and thinking it's your responsibility, and turn it over to a higher power. So it's not your job to make sure the world is all taken care of and happy and content. What have you learned from your experiences with people? What have you learned from your experiences with those who have mistreated you? There's always something in there for us to learn. And so remain curious on what there is to learn about what happened. So anyway, that was today's conversation this morning in our class, and it was a good one. And I think the main thing I wanted to get across to the students was make sure that you're not getting caught up in the drama of your friends' stories. Don't get caught up in feeling like you've got to save them and rescue them. You can listen and be their friend, but it's not your job to fix them or rescue them. Now, yes, if they're suicidal, then I would refer them to a doctor or somebody who can help them in that area. So anyway, that was my Sunday morning experience. How was yours? Hope you've had a good Sunday so far. We're going to go feed the homeless this afternoon, so it's going to be great. I always love that experience. So have a good day.